Hi everybody and welcome again to ZCode Sports System. Here we developed automated systems to help you win big. Again, it doesn't matter what sport you're betting on, we've got everything for you right here. So before we get into some NBA action for November 3rd, I want to invite you to join. You'll have access to the VIP club section, which has all the tabs here across the top that will help you make your picks. Okay, so there's only 3 games in the NBA for November 3rd, so we're going to take a look at all 3 of them. So let's get started right away here. We got the Detroit Pistons and the Brooklyn Nets. Detroit's coming off of their first win of the season against the 76ers, albeit a undermanned 76ers. Still, a win is a win. They are 1-4 in the season, and Brooklyn is ice cold up there, coming off of a win, and they are 2-3. You see here that the teams are trending on opposite sides of the over/under line. The score prediction right now is for Brooklyn 116 and Detroit 107. The confidence in the prediction is still rather low at 57.1%. On the power ranks indicator, you can see the big downward trend for Detroit. They did go up slightly. They're up to +4, while Brooklyn climbed a little bit from +6 up to +8 with their win. If you look at the head-to-head matchups, the two teams have not yet met this season. But last year, if you look at the 4 games, Brooklyn won 3 out of the 4 meetings. The only one they lost was, they lost at Detroit on March 7th by a score of 118 to 112. If you take a look at the stability factor, how consistent are the two teams right now? With respect to their favorite underdog status, you can see Detroit is much more consistent at +3. And they were at +4 until winning the game in Philadelphia because they were they were the underdog in that game, so the win actually put them down. So anyway, they're still +3 compared to +1. Right now, the Nets are 1-1 at home, and Detroit is 1-2 on the road. I think that the Nets have the edge on this one and playing at home, so I like them to win, but I'm going to pass on the over/under bet. We got the Atlanta Hawks at the New Orleans Pelicans. So neither team is playing good ball at the moment. You can see here that the Pelicans are ice cold down, losers of the last 3, the last 2 against Golden State, and back-to-back in Golden State, which is an unusual occurrence at 2 games in a row at back-to-back days at an opposing team's arena. But it is what it is, and Atlanta is also on a 3-game losing streak. If you look at the over/under, you can see that the teams are trending in games mostly over the line. The score prediction has New Orleans by a slim margin, 114 to 111. The confidence in the prediction is a little bit higher than the last game, sitting at 66%. On the power ranks indicator, both teams on the big downward trend. Look at this one, dropping off of a cliff here, New Orleans, from 17 down to 6 in just a single day. And you can see Atlanta has been on a steady downward trend as well, and they are down to +7. Let's see, head-to-head matchup. Last year, they played 2 games. And in those 2 games, actually, it was 2 games. It was New Orleans winning 1 and Atlanta winning 1, both teams winning on the road. And neither game was all that close. It was a 13-point win for New Orleans and an 8-point win for Atlanta. If you take a look at the stability factor again, a little bit more stable is New Orleans compared to Atlanta, +2 to +1. New Orleans is the home team. They're probably going to be a favorite, most likely. They are 1-0 at home so far this season. I do like New Orleans to win this one to improve to 2-0 at home in a game over the line. Now, the best game of the 3 for the day, in my opinion, is the Orlando Magic and the Dallas Mavericks. Although both teams are coming off of a loss and both teams average status at the moment, both teams are 3-2 on the season in the early stages. The teams are trending in games on opposite sides of the line. You see Orlando mostly in games over the line and Dallas mostly in the games under the line. The score prediction has this one the tightest of the 3 matchups at 109 to 106 in favor of Dallas, also with the highest confidence in prediction of 71%. The power ranks indicator shows, Orlando at +22, Dallas at +21. Head-to-head wise, last season, we see the 2 meetings between the teams. Dallas winning both of them, winning by 15 in Orlando and only 2 at home, but still winners of both games. Right now, the Magic has a +4.4 to +1.4 scoring differential edge. Let's see the volatility oscillator. Dallas has been very inconsistent, especially of late. They were +1. They've been very inconsistent late as to their favorite underdog status. They are now -1 in that category, while the Magic is moderately stable at +1. I do like Dallas at home, though. I think they definitely have the better overall team, and at home they have a clear edge. So I like Dallas at home, but I'm going to pass on the over and under bet. Okay, so there you have it. It was a light schedule for Sunday, November the 3rd, but those are the picks for the week. And happy betting, and we will see you again next week.